In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 3 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list, especially after the CPI report that we received today. I'm also going to be doing an update on some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Alright, y'all. Now, before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in. And also don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, alright? So let's get right into it right off the bat. So today, there was a CPI report, and I warned y'all in the last video. If you haven't watched the last video, I gave y'all multiple reasons why I felt that the Nasdaq was going to be tested. The resistance at the Nasdaq was going to be tested first. All right, the structure was there. It was very clean. The breakout happened. We had some volume, and then this is the type of scenario that I call magical unicorn news, where the reaction matches the charts and it goes exactly where it's supposed to go, which is up here at 12,200 before a pullback. Now, this right here, this is the moment where you should be really careful. All right, it peaked already, and what I think that's going to happen with the overall markets is that it's going to chill, it's going to grind upwards slowly all the way until around like Thursday. And I think it's going to retest it again. The reason why is because there are some stocks that haven't gotten to where I think they should go. I don't think they're quite done yet. And I think that in order for them to keep going and keep pushing up slowly, the market is gonna have to make that move back up to 12,200 again before it completely slows down. All right, this is not the time to be like overly bullish for a swing. You want to be cautious, and day trading is more favored than swing trading. Yesterday, swing trading was favored because the structure was there and everything was there, right? And we knew that a big move was gonna happen. But for the remainder of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you want to look for intraday opportunities to make some money off of. Big picture though, big picture again is still cooking in that giant bear flag, all right? And you just have to wait for new structure to appear. Now let's look at the VIX. Let's check out the VIX real quick. Now with this one, again, the warning that I gave y'all was, it came to pass. Like it felt really sus, just leaving a lot of room over here, right, for a fade, for a bear trap from yesterday. So this thing played out. It played out as anticipated. It's going to go over here all the way down to in the middle of this circle. I think in the middle of that circle at $21.60 before it starts to turn around once again. It may even go like real low, like it may go back down and touch this at $21. All right, it really depends on how the SPY and Nasdaq move. So this thing is moving. This thing is moving right. It's moving right now. Let's look at the CPI data, the CPI report. It turned out to be at 7.1, which obviously is the reason why everything spiked. All right. Now that we covered that, let's talk about the top 3 stocks for this week. Now the first one that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that stock is JD. Now JD, it had a monstrous move, and I've talked about it multiple times on this channel. All right, and it's near these highs right here, and the one structure that I see on there, which may or may not play out, you have to be really patient for it. But I do see an ascending wedge on the chart. All right, the ascending wedge broke down. I think this was Friday. Yeah, it broke down on Friday, rolled over again on Monday, and then the CPI report caused this thing to retest well, not completely retest that level of resistance, but it got there. All right, and looking at it on the daily charts, it's not looking too great. It's not looking too bullish. Every time it has a pop, it keeps getting sold off. So definitely keep this one on your watch list for a potential drop within the next few days. Like it left a lot of it left a lot of gaps on the way up. Like it left some right over here at around 40, all right, and then multiple at 44 right here, and another one at 48 to 49, right? So there is some unfinished business to take care of right over here. Eventually they're gonna get filled, like eventually, because as time goes on, these individuals who bought right here, they're gonna want to take their money off the table. And also with the way the Nasdaq is looking, with that massive rejection this morning out the gates, I think everything is going to roll back down again. It's only a matter of time. Again, like I said, day trading is more favored than swing trading. All right, so keep that in mind. So that's the first stock that you should be keeping in your watch list. The next one is for the bulls. And this is one of the stocks that I don't think is quite done yet, and that's Meta. All right, Meta has been trying to climb for quite some time now, since the lows of 88. It dropped all the way down to 88 on the 4th of November, and so far it's up by 40% and is still trying to climb. All right, now why do I think that this thing is going to continue to go higher? It may chop on the way up, but I don't think it's gonna roll over until this is taken care of. Until that is completely filled, it's only $10 away, which is not that much, right? There could be news out the gates, and then they could actually open higher and then do what the Nasdaq did today, which is pretty much fade all day long. Like it could do that, right? Or it could show us something it could show us a very simple structure at some points, either tomorrow or Thursday, that can make this a lot easier for a day trade to the move to 130. All right, it's one or the other. Either way, I'm not bearish on it. I'm not shorting Meta, right? Unless it gives me a reason to want to buy puts on it. But for now, I'm on the sidelines. I'm watching it closely, and if the opportunity shows up, I will definitely take this trade for a potential long. All right, so that's the second stock that you should be keeping in your watch list. The third and final stock, that one is tough. That one is Tesla. Let's check out Tesla real quick. All right, now with Tesla has been getting crushed for quite some time. It's not moving with the Nasdaq. It had a jump this morning, but it got crushed immediately out the gates. Very aggressive sell-off. Compared to the other stocks in the tech sector, this one got hit the most. Like everything else on my watch list was just green, and then there was just Tesla red, like the only thing that was getting annihilated today. Unfortunately, right? Where is Tesla going to go? This rebound right here is it might be promising. Like it's oversold already. It moved down quite a bit. I think that 150 may be the bottom before we see some type of bounce. It got to 156 today. All right, it got to 156 today, but I think it's going to make another bounce right over here, back up to 170. All right, at least until like this Friday, before we may see a potential collapse. Again, I'm still waiting for that collapse with Nasdaq. All right, so just keep your eyes out for that. Big picture for Tesla, it's not looking. There's that massive head and shoulders on here. We got the left shoulder, we got the head, and then we got the right shoulder right over here. All right. And then right now looking at, it's hovering around this previous level. Like it's trying to hold it. It's trying real hard. All right, so just keep your eyes out for that. It's gonna continue to chop at that line, and then when everything is ready, when some of the stocks of the Nasdaq get to where it's supposed to go, and there's more bearish structures forming in different sectors, then we may see that neckline completely shattered and just go all the way down towards like 131 or 120 even. So that's my thoughts on Tesla. That's my thoughts on all of these stocks. Now, in updates on BA before I close out this video, BA did its thing. Again, I told y'all, like, it's if there wasn't any report, y'all could have made money on this one. If there wasn't any report, like, this thing would have opened up at 186, and then it would have had a nice run all the way up to 194. But because of the report, it chose the other way around, where it jumps overnight, and anybody who didn't get it the day before didn't make money off of it. But there was an opportunity to make money to the short side on a pullback, right? So it did its thing. I told y'all 192 to 195. It got to 192, faded. All right. Does it have more room to run? I mean, maybe it could actually get to 195. Maybe it could. So this is another one. Again, keep in your watch list for sure, especially for day trade tomorrow. All right. So that's my thoughts on the stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot. It allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe. Click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't added me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. I will see all of you in the next video.